Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Sylvia and I make videos on planning with the occasional review. Planning has always been my way of working out problems and solving the day-to-day issues in my life. Join me as I experiment on how to best tackle projects, figure out how to stick with habit tracking, and celebrate the wins, both big and small. So grab a cup or a glass of whatevs and let's get on with the video. Hey planner friends, long time no chat. When you have a planner channel and you're no longer planning, at least the planning you're doing is very sporadic, there's not much to film, so I haven't been. And I don't like to jump on here and just show you stuff for the sake of showing you stuff. So yeah, that's where I've been in life, but it's time to catch up, so let's get started. In May, I kind of just got away with using a calendar like this, and you guys have seen stuff like this from me before. So this is a paper calendar that you can print down from Paper Trail Designs. And I love this blog because they have a couple of different options for calendars. They're free, you just download them. And this is more of the loopy letters. They do have more of a standard one if you want something that's a little bit more unisex. But I really love this, and I went ahead and I opened it because I have a MacBook. In my MacBook, and when you open a PDF or a picture, it opens in preview, and then you're able to, as long as they don't have some kind of software that doesn't allow you to make edits to it, you can. So I went ahead and I made edits for June, and these were some things that I wanted to focus on and just check off. And you know how I feel. I don't care for my own handwriting. It's a little bit rough. So anytime I can go ahead and type things in, that makes me very, very happy, and it keeps things very, very clean. So I've made some tick boxes here, and I did leave a circle and a star so that I could write in a couple of things. So I figured that the circles could be for events and the stars could be for one important thing that I wanted to accomplish for that day, or that I did accomplish for that day, just depending. Now on the back side, I have my other thing that's very important to me, and this is where I keep track of my writing. And so these are the two things that are very important to me. And for May and April, this has sort of been my planning and why I haven't really made any videos, because it's been pretty simple and not that serious. Well, I started to watch some videos because I'm really behind, and I started watching a video by Brie from Documented Journey. I love her. I highly recommend her channel. And she was showing like a picture of a calendar kind of like this from a different website, but this is the one that I always use. And she had it folded in half. It was smaller, and she was tucking it into a folio, I believe, and that's what she was kind of working off of. And I thought, oh, that's so cool. Well, then she showed some pictures of a homemade insert that she made, and I was like, ooh, I really like this, because what she had done was she took one of her inserts and she sized down her calendar to go ahead and tape on the inside so it would fold out. And it just gets you out of, if you're a bullet journal person and you don't want to draw this, it gets you out of that. And this is lazy planning. I've always claimed that this is lazy planning here. And I thought, oh, that's really nice. And I don't know, something about taping it in. I've done that before in bullet journals, and it's okay. But I just like the way this looked a little bit better. So I thought I would do kind of a copycat version of my own, made because of Brie. So instead of using this calendar, I went ahead and I sized it down. I can still use this side, and I can still track stuff here if I wanted to, or if I change my mind, I still have a full version. But I did make a smaller version. And listen, depending on your printer and what calendar you find, you may have to size this a couple of times, because I certainly did. So I think that I ended up sizing this at 65%, and that is because I'm going to be working in a B6 Slim for the month of June of 2024, in case you're watching this in the future. So since my planning is all over the place, and June is a time when I can actually focus, I have less scheduling things to do. It's more of, we get to pick and choose what we actually are doing than, you know, events that we have to make it to. So I decided to go to this MD paper cover. These are, you know, pretty non-expensive, and it's a folio situation. You can fit a notebook in here, and MD actually makes notebooks that fit perfectly in here, but I'm actually going to use it like a folio. It does have like a, I don't know, I guess like a wax filling to it, so it's pretty sturdy. I've had this for years now. I think yeah, the last time I used this was in 2022. So, and I think I had it actually a little bit before that. So you can see here that it is in great condition. They do sew the edges, and it's just beautiful and really nice. And these are just washi stickers that I've had for a long time that I stuck on here, and they've been staying pretty nicey nice. You can see that this one's kind of pulling up, and that's probably the positioning, so that's on me and not really the sticker or the cover. But I really love this. I like that it's just a neutral color, and unlike the they have a leather version. I believe it's made out of like goat leather is what I want to say. It is natural leather, so it will patina over time, and y'all know how I feel about that. I'm not like a super fan. I've been debating whether I want to get one or not, just because I don't like how things change colors. And this is working so well for me, I don't know that I need to. But anyway, I've had these inserts in here since 2022. And this one I actually had in here, I never even used. This is by MD as well in B6 slim size. It's a cream color, very nicey nice. This is blank. I'm not always a fan of the blank, but when I am using this for my own free writes, then I don't really care. It's when you need structure for, you know, trying to make layouts and stuff for a bullet journal that I get concerned. But this is what my like free writing will go in. This one already says bullet journal, so I turned the 2 into a 4. I don't know why I forgot to do this one. I guess I didn't see it. But I already had collaged these a little bit, and I marked off the pages here with some dots that I used, which were not very many. So the rest of this insert is completely blank. This is a dot grid insert that I went ahead and I cut down, so 64 pages by Traveler's Notebook Company. And I'm just gonna continue on where I'm at. Because June is the last month of the second quarter, and we're gonna start the third quarter, and we're officially going to be halfway through 2024. I can't believe it. I might start something else. I'm just going to just show you that this is dot grid for sure. I love the dot grid in 0.5. It's just my favorite. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to go with for a new quarter. I feel like starting fresh then, but I thought I would go ahead. There's a point in my planning life where I couldn't have possibly started. Even if there was only a few pages used, I would have been like, no, we have to start from the beginning, from fresh. But I don't feel that way anymore. I think it's perfectly fine, especially when you're not sure how long you're going to be in here, to go ahead and start. And I just marked off the pages I already used, and it's fine. It's totally fine. This one is square grid, and again, it's 64 pages in these inserts. These were standard inserts that I cut down. So I think it's like, I don't know, about an inch that you cut down. These were not washi stickers. These are just like, I don't know, let me see if I have them. These are like little booklets that come like this, and they're just regular paper. So I kind of just glued them on here, and then once I had them where I wanted them, I went ahead and used packing tape so that they wouldn't come up. And I thought about doing that also to my cover. What do you guys think? Putting a little bit of packing tape so that these do not wear and tear so much, but again, I can just pull them off and put something new if I ever get bored. So I don't know, these were very neutral toned, so they went really well with like this kind of beige tannish background. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this insert says bullet journal, and this one was for writing prompts, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to use them. I like that this has square grid in it. We'll see. I can always peel these off because I think they're only taped on, as you can see here, and put new ones. I don't know that it's that serious. I think this one I tucked in so you don't even see the front anyway. So I went ahead and I remarked them as June for 2024, and I put notes and lists in here. I tend to be a lister, especially in the summertime. I have goals, I have dreams, I have ambitions. As you can see, possibly on here, I might have to pull it up. I have heels on here and then the run walk. So the run walk is because I am doing a 5K and it's a 5K run walk. If it was just run, I'd be like, pass, no one's doing that. But it's happening at the end of June, so I've already been slowly training for that and I'm really excited to do it. And so the run walk here, I need to stop pulling this up and down, I'm sorry, is first you run for 1 minute and then you walk for 2 minutes. And that's supposed to be how you train yourself to run for longer periods of time. And then the next week you switch off and then you run for 2 minutes and then walk for 2 minutes. So that's what I'm trying out here, and I have that all marked off. I'm doing every other day so my body doesn't get too overwhelmed, and we're doing hills in between these. Saturdays is a complete rest day of no exercise, maybe an exercise video to stay loosey-goosey so I don't get, stiff. But then Sunday is just a bike ride. So it's something completely different, moving different muscles. So I'm working on health, guys. I'm working on it. Hopefully. Cheer for me. Okay, so I went ahead and I sized this down, and I think I sized it down to 64. She also has, I forget her name right now, I'm sorry, but she also has other things like a yearly calendar. And I had done this in a couple different sizes because I wasn't sure, because this was, I don't know, it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was vertical instead of horizontal, so the sizing was a little bit different. So I'm not sure what I had to size it down to, but I think this is the correct one. Yeah, I think this is the correct one. Then she has a to-do list, which is kind of cool. And I went ahead and I made edits to that as well. So again, when you open this in preview, what I did was I took a shape and I took a rectangle and I made the rectangle white on the inside as well as the outline, and I covered where it said to-do list, and I went ahead and put a text box on top and I wrote June 2024 accomplishments. Now, some people like to write a list of all the things they want to accomplish, and it's nice to mark that off. However, I prefer to write my accomplishments as they come in, because I find that, like in a bullet journal, I try to be the type of person who organizes things, and I always run out of space for at least one category. Usually like it'll be books. Like I'll run out of space and I need more space. The next month I'll put more space and then I don't need as much space and then I feel bad about it. And it's just like a whole mind game that I have to play with myself. So putting them on here as they go and then organizing them and making them look pretty in a spread later, if that's what I want to do, is perfectly fine. So I think that this is my way of getting out of that and feeling less anxiety. What are your thoughts? Do you have to also like trick your brain into things as well? Because I feel like I'm always doing that. So here, like I mentioned, I have a circle and a star. Then I have a free calendar where I can go ahead and write in anything. So if I want to weigh in on whatever day, I can go ahead and write that in. Anything else, any pains or aches that I'm having as I'm going on this journey, I might be able to fit in here, or, just anything else I want to schedule that's a little bit separate from this calendar that looks a little bit more busy, I can certainly do without having to draw it out, and that makes me happy. Also, one of the frustrations that can happen, I can't remember, is that when you go and size down, you might not be able to fit a traditional bullet journal style calendar where you number it all the way down onto the page. You might have to end up going, onto the second page to add the tail end of the month dates. And so sometimes I don't like to do that. And this also gets me out of doing that. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have been using these. I got these from Walmart because my niece had so many presentations. We also did science fair and history day. I used all of my other Tombow tape runners. So I got these from Walmart, and they're actually cheaper and they work just as well. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you tried these out? And so I'm like, maybe I'm going to stop buying the Tombow because they are more expensive and they are an import. So therefore they probably are more expensive just because of that. And these have been working well. So I'm going to go with what works and what's cheaper in this case. I don't mind paying for the quality, but that doesn't seem to be the case at this point. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it in here, the dot grid, and I'm going to put it in the front, and I'm going to put another calendar in the back. So, I believe from the picture I saw, it looked like this. So it folded out. What are our thoughts? I also was wondering, like, does she bend it back like this? in order to write on it? Does she use a flat surface? Like what's happening there? Because the way it will sit in the folio is like this. And so that creates like an uneven surface. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not one of those people who likes to take out their inserts. You certainly can, especially without having strings in here. So I think I kind of want it to be glued down on the left side. Does that make sense? So that when I have it open, there is an even surface to write on. I also have printed out this guy and measured it to be taped on the back of here so that it looks like this, and I can write on it like that. And then when I open it, if I can grab it, I can write like this. Does that make sense? Is that crazy? I don't know. I kind of liked how hers came out and it looked kind of cool. And if this was all on one side, I would recommend that, because as you're turning pages here, you would be able to see. So if you were going to do, for example, a to-do list on this side, I would recommend you folding it out so that you can see it as you're turning pages. But this only allows me to see half of the month, so I don't think it really matters. And I kind of want to tape it down like this. You certainly could do a tip in where you can, you know, tape to the back of both sides, but I don't think that's, you know, necessary for me. And so I'm going to tape it like this. Decision made. Okay. Oh, you know what? Before I tape this down, I should mention that I'm terrible about measuring things, and this is slightly off. So do you see down here where you can see the color of the cardstock cover? I thought in order to fix that, like it's perfectly fine, but I thought I would just put some washi tape down here so there's like a pop of color or design. So let me find my washi tape. I'm glad I remembered. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with these flowers. And this is an MT washi tape. Okay, and there we are. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now to tape my accomplishments list. And by the way, this, in case somebody asks, I think it's called avocado, creamy avocado or something like that. It's from dafonts.com. You can download it and use it as a font. Okay. Okay, my cutting was not too bad, you guys. I thought it was going to be really off, but not that serious. Okay, got that pop of color and design underneath, and it opens and it closes. Yes, okay. First part done. Now the back. And because I don't really necessarily have to write on this as much, it's just more of a place where I check things off. Again, I put the circle and the star just in case for funsies. I had some space. I'm going to put this in the back because I don't need to write on it as much. However, if I put this in the center and this is back here, it'll still give me more of a flat surface to write on. And if not, it's not that serious because again, I don't think I need to write on it all that much. Okay, so sorry, I made a boo-boo and I stuck this down over here instead of over here by accident, and then I had to peel it off, and then of course my camera died. But anyway, I just put some sticky notes here, and now I'm thinking I have to take off the sticky notes because I have to stick this side behind here. So let me do that. It's okay, I'll just leave them for right now. like that. Okay, so we have 1 insert, 2 and 3 inserts, all by Travelers Notebook Company, and cut down to B6 Slim in this B6 Slim MD paper cover with washi stickers on it. Now it sticks out a smidge. I don't find that to be that serious. If you just want to do 2, you can, but it's nice, a nice little folio that you can take with you. It works. Let's see. This opens and I can write on a flat surface here and like that. And then in the back, we have my calendar for 2024 to refer to. And then this opens very nicey nice. And again, I don't have to write on this. Can I fold it over this way? I can. Okay, so go team. It'll work like that if I needed to write on this side. Okay, yes, I love that. And I can see my sticky notes, so that's cool. The only thing I'm concerned about is, and it shouldn't happen, but just in case, be aware that sometimes print, like when you have this closed, the ink can transfer, and I hope that doesn't happen because I don't have stickers here like I do in the front. So I might have to find some to put there, but I like that I can just peel these off like for to-do lists anytime I want. I do have this one. I can go ahead and edit this and write my to-do list every month so I don't have to write on this, but it's big enough that I think it's not that serious. Oh, and the pen I'm using is a Uniball 1, and so I like having this separate because I can take it out to the side as I'm working on any, in any insert, and then put it back, tuck it in here. It's not going to go anywhere, and it closes. So as far as the closure and the pen not latching on, you can do a couple of different things. First of all, I have these, are they called monkey fists? I don't know. John Rush was lovely and gave these to me, and they come in different sizes. So these ones are short enough that they work very nicely in here, but they wouldn't work in an A5 notebook. So for B6 Slim, these work really nicey nice to hold your place. I'm just going to put them in here randomly for right now just to show you. And I like the color. They're kind of a metallic bronze color, so they're really beautiful. And they just like, ooh, hang down like this. I want to watch The Little Mermaid. I've been thinking about Sebastian lately. I've also been seeing The Bare Necessities. I don't know. I just need to have like a Disney day where we just watch a bunch of Disney movies. So I like these. Thank you again, John Rush. And then I have this, which is just a closure, not a closure, a string that you can use to piggyback inserts. And again, the way I've done this, sliding the back cover in here, I don't really need to piggyback anything, but I had it just in case. So this is something you could tie around twice to keep it closed if you wanted to keep it in a purse or in a bag so it wouldn't flop open. I've never had any issues. I usually tuck it between my wallet, and my purse is so much smaller that it just holds it together. So that's something you can do. I also have here it is. Here it is. This is a closure that I had for a Hobonichi. I think this is for the cousin or an A6. No, not a cousin, excuse me, a Weeks or an A6. And so the way this works is you put it around and you pull this over, and it's just 2 pieces of leather in here with like a rivet, and you just slide it in like that and it closes. So I have that. I'm concerned that it might dig into my inserts, and that's why I never used it on my Hobonichi Weeks, because I always had a plastic cover and it was digging into it after a while. But this looks okay. It also allows me to have my pen housed here onto the side without having an issue. I think because this has a really nice metal clip that I could clip it like this, and it's not that serious. So either way, and I love the way these little monkey, I think they're called monkey fists, and I don't know where he got them from, but if he watches this video, John, let us know, because they were just awesome and I do use them. So there's that. Okay, so that is my setup for June of 2021. I'm not sure how much of planning I'm actually going to do in here, as far as it going to be every day. Am I going to draw it a weekly? But I will let you know in my next video, and hopefully they will be less sporadic. Do you remember that moment in Clueless when she's Cher's trying to teach her friend words, and the stepbrother comes in, he's like, see you later, and she's like, yeah, I hope not sporadically. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I gotta go watch some movies because I'm movie talking a lot. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.